We are in the middle of one of the great battles in history. Humans versus computers, neurons versus transistors. It all started in the 90s with the chess matches between IBM's Deep Blue and chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov. Since then, the battle has spread over many fields, including science and technology. So the question today is, are scientists going to be replaced by computers? Scientists are increasingly dealing with larger and larger amounts of data. To deal with that, we use artificial intelligence methods to extract meaningful information. Some of the most interesting breakthroughs in the last years are actually the result of this fruitful cooperation between human minds and digital computers. As an example, let me show you the first image of a black hole. It was obtained by 200 scientists merging a petabyte of data from an array of radio telescopes. Our brain works by the electrical activation of a large network of neurons interconnected by synaptic links. We have a total of 84 billion neurons and 10 to the 15 synaptic connections. If you extend the total length of the gray and white matter fibers in your brain, you would reach a total distance of 900,000 kilometers. That is, you can go to the moon, return, and still you have fibers to go 3 times around the Earth. In terms of operating units, a computer is actually pretty similar to a brain. A last generation CPU has around 10 to the 15 transistors per liter, the same density of synapses that your brain has. The first obvious difference is that your brain is much bigger than a microprocessor. The total number of synapses in your brain is 10,000 times larger than the number of transistors in a high-end microprocessor. On the other side, microprocessors are much faster than brains. Our brain operates at a frequency of 10 Hz, while the CPU in your smartphone is capable of working at a gigahertz frequency. That is, 100 million times faster. When you put it all together, brains can do around 10,000 million operations per second and are clearly outperformed by an Intel i7 CPU. I'm sorry, but your brain is 20 times slower than my laptop. The second big difference is that your brain can deal with large amounts of data at the same time. Indeed, I can watch TV, cook dinner, and have a phone conversation with my mother simultaneously. Okay, Mom, I love you. Goodbye. While computers basically operate in a sequential way. To wrap up, computers are faster. Humans can deal with large amounts of information at a time. The comparison between human brains and computers, though, is not fair, because brains are the results of Darwinian evolution, while computers have been designed by brilliant mathematicians as Alan Turing or John von Neumann. Deep learning is somehow changing the rules of the game, since it allows computers to process huge amounts of data at once. With these algorithms, for instance, we can identify patterns and objects in images really quickly and with really high accuracy. Of course, humans are still better in noisy, complex, and dynamic scenarios. After all, that's why we still have CAPTCHAs, right? There are many ethical challenges in AI, including how we humans interpret what machines are telling us. In the future, AI will be much more human-based than today. So, are scientists going to be replaced by computers? I'm not a fortune teller, but let me make a prediction. Scientists are not going to be replaced by machines anytime soon. Not until we better understand how our brain works, and we can emulate it in a proper way. And we are far from that. My advice is that you keep tuning your synapses by learning as much math and science as you can, and keep asking yourself questions as, Can we teach cells how to regenerate tissue? Stay tuned, because these and other interesting questions are going to be addressed in future episodes of Sciencescapes.